All right, what is going on, everybody? Matic222 back today. It is time for the top 20. This is my funnest, my funnest, my favorite video of the year because this is really like a good opportunity to kind of just look back and think about what the year was. Like think of the highs and lows. I think, in my opinion, I think NECA had a bit of a down year. I didn't buy clearly as much NECA as I did last year, and you'll clearly see that explained in the video. And then there was some great new lines that started, so it's always fun to kind of go and look back at the year that was. A couple changes from last year. I almost and I pretty much almost had to abandon the whole category theme because there was just too many things. Like I didn't get any Godzilla figures this year, or if I did, there was nothing that was I felt deserved to be on the top 20. And I same with Diamond Select. Like the only things I got from Diamond were like the Lord of the Rings stuff, and I didn't really feel like any of them were good enough, or I just thought there was other stuff that I wanted to talk about more, and I didn't want to pick something just to have a Diamond Select category if there wasn't something that I truly felt was top tier, if that makes any sense. And then there's a couple instances of certain things could be multiple things. I did still try to I did still try to pick one thing from each line, so we'll kind of as we kind of go through, I'll kind of explain my thought process a little bit. As always, to like remember that this is my list, and you might not agree with some of the choices, and that's fine. You can agree or disagree as much as you want. There's like a spoiler like back there. That's okay, whatever. We're just gonna get into it. So yeah, this is it. As always, I do a top 20 because there's just too much for me to try to condense into a top 10. So let's just get right into it. Let's just look at the number 20 figure. All right, starting off with number 20, we have the Jakks Pacific Homer Simpson from the 5-inch Simpsons line. When I think of the best figure, it doesn't always have to be the best paint or the best articulated or the best accessories. Sometimes it's just enjoyment. Sometimes it's just how something makes you feel. And this, I really, this is something that really just made me feel happy. I think this is where Super 7 tried to they tried to take a swing with the Simpsons, and I think this was the misstep. And I think Jakks Pacific, Jakks Pacific, they did it perfectly. They just gave us a just regular run of the mill Homer Simpson right out of the gate. They knew that's what everybody was gonna want. And Super 7, they tried to give us every version of Homer, but this version. And like I said, I think that's where Jakks Pacific really nailed it. They just really gave us a fun, classic Homer that, when you think of the character, this is what you think of. Again, he's nothing special. Like he's not exceptionally good, but it's just a fun figure that just really kind of makes me smile. And when you think of Homer Simpson, this is what you think of. And the fact that this line is like $10, sometimes that's a factor too. Sometimes it's just price point and how much it makes you happy. And this Homer Simpson made me very happy. That's why he's number 20 on my top 20. All right, now we go from Homer Simpson to something entirely different. This is also, I forgot to mention in the intro, there's going to be several instances of me cheating. And this is the first one. We have the Masterpiece Train Bots, the Masterpiece Raiden. Yes, not all of these pieces came out in 2024. I totally understand that. But we did complete him in 2024. So if you wanted to finish him off, this is the year the last piece came out. So to me, I'm counting it. If you don't agree with that, or if you think that's cheating, it is. But it's my list. I can do or say whatever I want. So at 19, by far my favorite Transformer of the year, we have the Masterpiece Raiden. I get it. There was a lot of issues with this guy. That's why he's coming so low. There was a lot of issues. I think the engineering was overly complicated, and I think the price. Um, if I go back and calculate how much each train cost, I'm not gonna do that or say it out loud, but because my wife's in the other room and I don't want her to have a panic attack. But no, I'm just joking. It's all in good fun. Yeah, if you calculated this guy, he was coming in pretty close to a grand, if not more, Canadian. So the price really hurt this guy, and how overly engineered he was really hurt him. But I still like him. I still think he has shelf presence. I still think he looks really cool, and I did really enjoy the feeling of just kind of finishing off, and this felt like such a journey that I had been on over multiple years, and I was happy to complete this guy. Again, if you're kind of making the case that each piece didn't come out this year, then I totally understand. But like I said, we did complete him this year, so I'm counting him. And issues aside, I still think this is a really nice piece. Once you get him posed up, once you get him on the shelf, he looks really cool. And I just don't think, in terms of Transformers, I just really can't think of anything that I liked as much as this guy. So number 19, we have Masterpiece Raiden. All right, and coming in at number 18 from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the Horde Trooper. Again, Masters of the Universe was another line I think that really kind of was on the downswing this year. I really think they took a back step. Masterverse did not get nearly as much releases as it did previous years. You really get the feel that that line is starting to cool down. Again, I only am limited to what I pick up. I didn't buy every Masterverse figure, so I can't look at everything. But for what I did get, I like this guy, man. He's a Horde Trooper. He's big, bulky. He's like big. He's like a big bulky guy in a suit of armor. You're checking a lot of boxes for me there. He comes with this great sword, removable helmet, which you get a really cool, like, menacing face sculpt. I always kind of thought these guys were just robots, but yeah, this is just a really cool figure nonetheless. He was a Mattel Creations exclusive. And it's fun. Like, this is a fun army builder. Like, imagine getting a couple of these guys and just having them look very surrounding your Horde act. I think it was great. Again, I think Masters of the Universe cooling a little bit. I stepped out of the Origins line. I didn't buy any Origins figures, but overall, I really dig this Horde Trooper. And it's versatile. Like, you could just have him be like, if you have other Horde Troopers, you could just maybe have this guy be like a general or something. Or maybe that's why he's like super jacked, because he's like a Horde general. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. There's a lot of stuff you could do with this guy. That's why he's hitting the number 18 spot from Masters of the Universe. We got the Mattel Creations Horde Trooper. And at number 17 from the Star Wars Black Series, we have the Droideka. I know a lot of people are going to put the Super Battle Droid in this spot. A lot of people think that was the best droid. I think the Droideka was just a little better. I just really love the unique sculpt. I love how you could actually fold them up into a ball. Again, it's an army builder, so much like the Horde Trooper, you get a couple of these guys and you're gonna have a really cool Black Series setup. But I just like this figure a lot, and this is one we've been waiting for a long time. Like I said, a lot of people might have the Super Battle Droid here, and if you did, that's fine. I would agree with that decision. I almost thought about having the Super Battle Droid and the Droideka together, but then I just thought that this was a guy I just liked a little bit better. But kind of coming in at number 17, we got the Star Wars Black Series. We got the Droideka. All right, and at number 16, we have the WWE Elite Executioner. This was, I think, a bit of a sleeper hit for me. When I saw this guy get announced, I thought, okay, this will just be a fun piece. This could just be a fun figure. He'll look cool on the shelf. But actually getting him in hand is just, oh man, he's just really great. The soft goods cape and hood just really take this guy over the top, and then his pants slash singlet are soft goods, so that's really nice. He just feels like a premium figure. Like, he just feels like premium, like he feels like something you paid extra for but you didn't. You get the great axe. That's always a fun accessory. And, this is one of those figures that's versatile. Like, you could always use this guy as a goon. Like, you could have Batman fighting this guy, or you could have Spider-Man, or you could have anyone. If you pick up a couple of these, you could just make them like a henchman for somebody. And I think that just really adds to the fun feature. And if you wanted to, you got an alternate head. You could take all the pizzazz off, all the gear off, and you could just have a really nice Terry Gordy. So again, like, it justifies buying two. I only bought one, but either way, I think this is just such a fun figure. That's why I put him at my number 16. We have the Elite Executioner from Mattel. And at number 15, taking the halfway spot on this half of the countdown, we have the Ninja Turtles Ultimate Tatsu figure. This is kind of the first instance of, this could either be best Turtles figure, or this could be best NECA figure. Again, when I talked about NECA having a bit of a down year for me personally, the Megan, I couldn't get the Megan because she was released as a Target exclusive. Don't have Target in Canada, so I didn't end up getting her, or else she maybe would have been on here. I'm gonna count that as next year. A lot of the horror stuff wasn't really hitting for me. The Gargoyles line ended this year, so we didn't get anything really interesting out of that. Didn't get a lot out of the AVP line. So for me, the Tatsu was really the best. I think this is a character people have been wanting for a long time. This is something people have been wanting in the line, and it is NECA, and NECA does make nice stuff. So the soft goods are on point. He comes with great accessories. The head sculpt, as you can see, the head sculpt is perfect. And this is just such a cool figure. And again, another figure that's versatile. You get a couple of these guys. You put the mask on, boom. You got a Batman. You got a Batman henchman, or you got a Spider-Man henchman, or you got a Daredevil henchman. So much you could do. But yeah, this would probably be it for I think for NECA. I think this is the best thing they put out, at least in terms of what I got. Like I said, had I got the Megan, she would have been here, but it is what it is. Number 15, we got the, is this 15? Yeah. I'm already losing track. Number 15, we got the NECA Ultimate Tatsu from the Ninja Turtles movie. Alright, and at the 14 spot, this is truly, for many people, 2024 was the year of Jada Toys. Jada Toys been making some amazing stuff. I know everybody has been all about the Street Fighter, but for me, I'm going to another line. I'm going to the Mega Man line, because for me, a dedicated line of articulated robot masters is something I've been wanting for years. Ever since I started collecting, this is something I wanted, and Jada Toys is really making the line of my dreams here. Now, you could almost say this represents the whole line. We got Cutman, we got Electman, and we also got Iceman. But I did pick Fireman just to represent the line, because Fireman was my favorite of those releases. Yeah, Jada Toys just totally making my dreams come true with this line. I hope this continues to go on, and as long as possible. I hope we get every single Robot Master. I hope we get every Mega Man character imaginable. Because, yeah, this is just something I've really been wanting for a long time. And the Street Fighter stuff has been really, really good, and I know a lot of people are geared up towards that. But for me, it's all about the Mega Man. If I did pick this guy on his own, I don't know if he would make the list, and Fireman's not my favorite Robot Master. But like I said, I just kind of picked this guy to represent the whole line. I didn't want to have 4 figures up here. But yeah, the Jada Toys Mega Man figures, absolutely killing it. I love this line so much, and I just hope it keeps going on as forever. So number 14, we got the Jada Toys Fireman. All right, and at number 13 we have the Hiya Toys Rambo. This was my first ever Hiya Toys figure ever, and I think the Rambo is just such a great release. He comes packed with so many accessories. You could see here I gave him two different guns because, listen, I'm living outside of reality when it comes to my toys. Is it unrealistic that you would have both of these machine guns at the same time? Yes, but as a general rule, if you give me a toy with multiple cool weapons, he's gonna hold multiple cool weapons. I just think this figure is really great. We got a couple of different Rambos. I picked I picked the first one, but he's a little he's definitely on the lower half of the top 10 simply because this is not my definitive Rambo. This is not my favorite version of Rambo. This is just the what's my camera doing? What are you doing? This is just the best version that I think they released. Had we got some Godzilla stuff, they might have bumped this guy off, but I don't know. We didn't get any Godzilla figures. Hiya Toys, stop screwing around, man. Let's go. Let's get at it. But yeah, this Rambo is so cool. He doesn't scale with your NECA stuff, so you're not gonna have him with your with your NECA John Matrix. But this is just such a fun figure nonetheless. That's why he's coming in at number 13. We have the Hiya Toys Rambo. Alright, and coming in at the number 12 spot from the SH Figuarts Bleach line. I'm going to have multiple SH Figuarts on this countdown. This one, I picked my favorite out of the Bleach line specifically. When they announced this figure, I was totally hyped. And I think SH Figuarts absolutely killed it with the size and the stature. I talked about last year I had the Ichigo on this countdown and how much I enjoyed him and how much I liked that figure. And this very much the same. This Kenpachi really good. Obviously the hype of having the Bleach line has dwindled a little bit. That's why he is much lower on the countdown. But I still think this figure is great. As far as Bleach releases, we haven't seen anything really announced, and I'm really hoping that doesn't mean that the line is kind of cooling off. But either way, the Figuarts Kenpachi just great. He comes with whatever you could possibly want as accessories. He comes with a ton of hands. He comes with different heads. He's got the Zanpakuto. It all looks perfect. It's just they just killed it with this figure, and I was really conflicted on putting him and Hitsugaya both together, but I ultimately just decided that the Kenpachi just was over the top. There was a lot of good stuff this year. Figuarts put out a lot of good stuff, but yeah, this Kenpachi, just excellent. That's why he's taken the number 12 spot from the top 20. We have the SH Figuarts Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. Alright, and taking the top spot on the bottom half of the countdown, we go back to Figuarts, but now we go to the SH Monster Arts Yu-Gi-Oh line. We got the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now I know a lot of people are gonna pick the Blue Eyes, and I think the Blue Eyes was good. I just think the Blue Eyes had a couple of things. I felt like he was a teeny bit undersized. There was a couple things there. You can't really get him standing at all with the flight stand, which I didn't like. Whereas this guy, he does stand for the most part. I think the Red Eyes was just slightly better. And again, this is one instance where I almost wanted to have two, but it was just that I liked the Red Eyes slightly more. Yeah, this is just great. 2024 might have been the year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Having a bit of a resurgence. Of course, Figure Eyes put out a lot of cool stuff. We got the Exodia. I don't think we got the Exodia. I think he was the year before, but we got the Wing Dragon of Ra. We got the Blackluster Knight. I'm here for it, baby. I'm here for all the Yu-Gi-Oh figures, Monster Arts. Keep pumping them out. I don't care if you go Dark Magician, I'm getting it. Stardust Dragon, I'm getting it. Flame Wingman, I'm getting it. Just keep them coming, and I'll keep getting them. But yeah, the red eyes just slightly inched out the blue eyes. In terms of sculpt, I think he looks like he came right out of the cartoon, or right off the playing card, whatever you want to say. I think they just killed it with the sculpt, and I think the size, the proportions feel a little bit more right to me here. Like I said, I did feel like the blue eyes, he just felt a tad bit small, but yeah, they absolutely killed it with the red eyes. That's why he is the only thing that could take the number 11 spot. The only thing stopping him from cracking the top 10 is just price. This is a very expensive line, and they do feel, handling them, they do feel a little cheap. They do feel a little light. But again, the red eyes, not as much as the blue eyes. Blue eyes feels very fragile, very breakable. Red eyes feels a bit more durable. But yeah, taking the 11th spot, taking the top spot on the bottom half of the countdown, we got the SH Monster Arts Red Eyes Black Dragon. All right, so here we go. Again, we have the bottom half of the top 20. I'm gonna try to get I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a shot of everything at the end, so I'm gonna kind of do like this is the first half, and then we'll do the second half. But they'll both be the same video, as you'll see watching this. But yeah, just to quickly recap, the 20 through 11, we got number 20, we got the Jakks Pacific Homer Simpson. At the 19th spot, we have the Masterpiece Raiden. Coming in at number 18, we got the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Horde Trooper. At 17, we got the Droideka. At 16, we got the Mattel WWE Elite Executioner. Coming in at 15, we got the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie Tatsu. Then at 14, we got the Jada Toys. We got the Jada Toys Mega Man line, of course, represented by Fireman. And then 13, we got Hiya Toys Rambo. Number 12, we got the SH Figuarts Kenpachi. And then 11, we got the SH Monster Arts Red Eyes. So this is the bottom half. Let me know what you guys think. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Let me know if there was any of this stuff you agree or disagree with. And with that, let's just kind of get right into the top 10. And but yeah, this great bottom half. Alright, coming in at number 10, we have another instance of me cheating, because we actually have two figures, but they really go together. We have the Briscoe brothers from the Jazzwares Ring of Honor line. I think for Jazzwares AEW line, this year was a bit of a comeback. I think last year was kind of subpar, and this year they released a lot of good stuff. There was a lot of nice ringside exclusives, like the Tony Storm was very nice, the Jeff Jarrett was good, the Takeshita was good, Jay White, all those stuff. But just getting the Briscoes was a sentimental pick, because obviously a couple years ago Jay passed away unexpectedly, so I didn't know if we would ever get these. But I'm just so happy we did. And not only did they give us Briscoe brothers figures, but they really went out of their way to just give you everything you could possibly want. The face sculpts are tremendous, tattoos on point. They come with Ring of Honor tag titles, which is nice, and even the dog chains, dog chains too, or the dog collars, are especially really nice. Maybe a little long, but I just really commend Jazzwares for even these soft goods robes are just so nice. Yeah, Jazzwares really just hit it out of the park. I feel like they could have just given us a bare bones 2-pack of the Briscoe brothers, but the fact that they they gave us these and they made them as good as they possibly could be, and they gave them so many great accessories. Jazwares, total 10 out of 10. They hit it out of the park. That's why they're coming in at number 10 on my top 20. And number 9, we have another instance of me cheating, but it's 3 figures that I'm grouping together. We have the Killer Clowns from Trick or Treat Studios, and I really had to put these 3 together because I couldn't pick just one, because the true appeal here is when you just get a bunch of these guys, and man, these are just perfect. When I saw Trick or Treat 2 Studios, I saw their lineup for Scream Greats Series 1. I was so excited because I feel like we've been missing some really great killer clowns, and these are just so perfect. They're big, they're colorful, they're so expressive. The face sculpts, they look like they came right out of the movie. Are they articulated? Not really, but you know what? They don't need to be. Not everything needs to be Figuarts. Not everything needs to have 50 points of articulation to be good, and these guys are just perfect. Like, if you watch the movie, they're not doing backflips in the movie, but these guys are just absolutely perfect. I love the shelf presence they have. They're just, like I said, big and bright and colorful, and they're just so fun, and I can't wait. I hope we keep getting more, because I just would really love to just keep building my clown army. I think these guys are just great. If you're a horror fan and you slept on these, pick them up now, because I feel like these are gonna sell out. I don't know if they already have, but I feel like these are gonna become hard to get down the road. So if you're a horror fan, get them now while you can, if you still can. But either way, number 9, we got the Trick or Treat Studios Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And at number 8, we had to get this guy. We had to get the mask from Mezco in there. I really love this figure. It's Mezco. Mezco always, any character that wears a suit, Mezco just really does a great job, and this figure is no exception. When we saw at MezCon that is that what it's called, MezCon? I don't know, but when we saw we were getting the mask, I was instantly, this was an instant cop for me, and I love that it's the comic version. Look at these guns. Look how just fun and over the top they are. Face sculpt is really good, and this is something where I feel like you're probably not gonna see a lot of masks. Like, I don't know how much meat there is on this bone, but I'm just so happy with this figure. If you're like a Dark Horse comic fan, or if you just like weird indie comic figures, then this figure is perfect. He comes with a ton of other really great accessories. Like I said, I just love these guns. I just love how obnoxious and over the top they are. I love the face sculpt. I think Mezco took a property that nobody was really expecting, and they just gave us the definitive version of this figure, of this character. I don't see how anyone could ever top this. Had to have him on the top 20. My number 8, Mezco the Mask. Alright, and at the number 7 spot, we have a late addition, because I didn't think I was going to get this guy before I filmed this, and he did, so that's perfect. We have the Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts King Cold, and man, just look at this guy. This is something that people have been wanting, a King Cold in the line forever. Again, this is just like the mask. This is just another figure that when I saw revealed, I knew I was getting it. There was no question about it. And I think Figuarts really killed it. The stature is on point. He's got the bendy tail. Not really bendy like in terms of it has a bendable wire, but it does have some joints in the tail. He comes with the throne. He comes with the chair. I don't have it here. I wish I did. But he comes with the chair. This figure is just everything. This is it, man. Like, when you're when you're when you ask for a character and you hope for a character and that company gives you said character and they knock it out of the park, it's a beautiful thing. And I think they did that with King Cold. Everything is on point. I don't see how I don't see us, much like the Killer Clowns, I don't see us ever getting another King Cold. I don't see how they could top this one. So this is one where maybe if you're collecting the line and you're kind of not sure about this one, I would say get him. I did have him a bit lower due to the price, but obviously he is still pretty high. Like, he is still number 7. But yeah, I just love this figure so much. Everything's on point. Figuarts killed it with this one. Number 7, the SH Figuarts King Cold from Dragon Ball Z. And all the way at number 6, we have the Bring Arts Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII. I was super excited about this line, super excited to get this figure. I picked Barrett specifically mainly because he's the first one I got. I will pick up the other ones. I'm gonna definitely probably be mostly all in on this line, but I definitely want to complete that main party. This is great. When this was announced, I was salivating at how badly I wanted these figures. Final Fantasy VII, probably, arguably top 3 favorite video game for me, and these are perfect because they scale with they scale with your like 6-inch stuff. I know PlayArts Kai has been doing Final Fantasy for years, but they've never done anything in that 1/12 scale, and these are very much from the original game. Like, they look very much like the renders and the characters how they appeared in the game. So this is just perfect. I think Barrett is super cool. I know some people didn't like this figure. If you didn't like this figure, that's okay, but I did. I thought he was exceptionally good, and yeah, he was definitely gonna be on the list. I think he probably would have been on the list no matter what, just because I don't think Bring Arts has ever done a Barrett, and I know they've done a couple of Clouds and a couple of Sephiroths from other games, but I don't think they've ever done Barrett. So even if I had other ones, he probably would have still been in the list. But yeah, I definitely look forward to getting more of these guys and finishing that team. I had to have Barrett on here. He's my number 6. From Bring Arts, we got the Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII. Alright, and coming in at number 5, we have the HasLab Dragonfly. This had to make the list. You could argue this isn't a figure. If you personally don't consider your vehicles as figures that are eligible for year-end lists, then that's totally fine. Just call this a top 19 and just move everything up a spot. But oh man, this Dragonfly, amazing. I don't even know where to start. The size, all the detail, all the different stuff that went into it. I know it was a HasLab. I know HasLabs are not the best. I agree, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole like HasLab concept, but this was still so amazing for what it was. We got the Wild Bill. We got a bunch of extra figures, and just to be clear, I'm only counting the Dragonfly and the Wild Bill. I'm not really counting all the other stuff. I know I have them there, but that's just more a presentation thing. But yeah, like, what else do I need to say? It's a giant helicopter. G.I. Joe team, they killed it with this. Dragonfly is awesome. It has such great shelf presence. Had to have it on the list. Again, if you don't consider vehicles figures, then I don't know what to tell you, but I do, and I definitely love this. So that's why it is my top 5 favorite figure of the year. We have the HasLab Dragonfly. Alright, and sticking with Hasbro for the number 4, we have the Marvel Legends Let There Be Carnage figure. Man, I am such a sucker for any time we get a Carnage figure. Carnage, one of my favorite Marvel villains, and this figure is so cool. He's so tall, and he comes with the tendrils. I love the way they did the tendrils. I love how they're each a little bit different. He comes with the sword. I mean, the shading on this guy, the paint, everything about this guy is amazing. I love the bright shade of red they picked. This was a banger year for Marvel Legends. There's so much I could have picked from. I could have picked the Death's Head 2. I could have picked the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. That Hulkbuster, the Scar was nice. Oh man, the Blackheart. So many just good figures for Marvel Legends. What an incredible year for them. But yeah, the Carnage just took the cake for me. Like I said, I just love everything about this figure. I love the way the tendrils look. Like I said, the color. He's perfect. I am in love with this figure, and he's gonna look so good next to Movie Venom. He definitely, for me, is my favorite Marvel Legends of the year. Again, I really tried to pick only one Marvel Legend, which was tough, but ultimately I had to give it to this guy. So number 4, we got Carnage from Let There Be Carnage. And at number 3, from Super 7, we have the not Sergeant Bananas, the Gorilla figure. Super 7. Super 7 is a company that I give a lot of crap to. I'm very critical of Super 7, and I think fairly so. Super 7 does a lot of weird. They do a lot of weird things. They make a lot of weird decisions. They make a lot of questionable decisions, but I'll always kind of give credit where credit is due. And yeah, Super 7 just over delivered this. When I saw this guy go up for pre-order, I was excited. Yeah, I was excited. You know, I know it's technically not Sergeant Bananas, but it almost is. It's a super-sized gorilla, and watching a video does not do it justice. You really have to get this guy in hand to just see the true stature of this guy. He's huge. He comes with a ton of great accessories. And I definitely think this guy is going to RIP to my turtle shelf, because this guy is going to need a whole shelf almost to himself. It's great, man. We need more of this from Super 7. We need more larger characters. And we need to really finish out those Playmates original figures. I don't know if we're doing that anymore. Maybe that's why he's called Gorilla instead of Sergeant Bananas. I don't know. Either way, I absolutely love this figure. Super 7 coming in at number 3. Very unexpected, but good job, Super 7. You nailed it with this guy. That's why I had to put him all the way at number 3 on my top 20. And number 2, another company I give a lot of crap to. We got from McFarlane, from the DC Multiverse line, we got the Jonah Hex. Wow, this figure is great. I could not have expected this guy to be as nice as he is. The soft goods, all the accessories. For starters, he comes with guns, which DC figures don't really seem to do that anymore. And I know that's a Warner Brothers thing, or that's a DC thing, or whatever it is. But he comes with guns. He just comes with so many fun accessories. The soft goods jacket, just everything about this figure. And then you get an articulated horse to boot. You get an articulated horse. Man, McFarlane really went out of the way to make this the definitive Jonah Hex. I love this figure so much. I thought the DCU, I thought the DCUC Jonah Hex was untouchable. I didn't see how that figure could ever be topped. McFarlane found a way to do it, man. They killed it with this Jonah Hex. That's why he had to go all the way at my number 2. Probably could have been number 1 if it wasn't for that other figure that came out this year. Oh, which figure is that? Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you. And taking the number 1 spot, we have the SH Figuarts Kaido from One Piece. A lot of times with these countdowns, a lot of times you sort of go back and forth on trying to pick your, like, what's gonna be your number 1 and what's gonna be here, and you kind of shuffle stuff around, you move stuff around. I never had to do that this year, because I always knew Kaido was going to be number 1, nothing just topped this figure. I don't care that he was expensive. You get a lot of plastic, you get a lot of stuff for your dollar. The fact that he comes with as many accessories as he does is great. The sculpting, the paint, the detail, everything is so perfect here. He's way more articulated than he needed to be. I actually like this figure so much. I bought it twice, not by choice, but my first one got lost in delivery and I had to buy another one. And I was happy to buy another one. I was happy because of how amazing he is. This is just the gem of the One Piece line from SH Figuarts. Like I said, I love this figure so much. I always knew it was going to be number one. The articulation, the paint, the sculpt, the accessories, everything is on point. And quite frankly, there was just, like I said, there was just nothing that touched this guy. So my number one, my personal favorite figure of the year. I'm trying to get a good shot, a good closing shot. We have the SH Figuarts Kaido from One Piece. All right, and there you have it. There's my top 20. Of course, this is 10-1. I hope you guys liked my video. Let me know what you think of, if you like any of these or if you dislike any of these, or let me know if any of these guys were on your top 10 or your top 20. Hell, let me know what your top 10 was. Put it down in the comments. But yeah, what a great year. Just so many companies putting out just amazing products. And I always love doing this video. This is always my favorite video because it's such a good reflection of where I was collecting. And we got some sleepers like the Killer Clowns, the Jada Mega Man figures, the Gorilla. Like I said, I always give a lot of heck to Super 7, but when Super 7 does a big figure, they do it. When they do something good, they do it really good. Same with McFarlane. The King Cold was good. Love these Final Fantasy 7 figs. Can't wait to get more of those. Of course, the Dragonfly. I don't need to say anything else about the Dragonfly, but yeah, just amazing year. Hopefully 2025 will be just as good, if not better. Again, let me know if you liked any of this stuff. If there was anything you didn't see here that you think maybe should have been here, let me know, and maybe I can shed some light as to if I got it or why I didn't get it. That is it. Thank you to everybody who continues to support me. I do so much appreciate you, and hopefully I can repay that generosity, and hopefully I can pump out a lot more videos this year. I always say that's my plan, but I'm gonna try to get more reviews this year. So again, thank you so much. If it's your first time, please do consider please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and I think that is gonna be it. So as always, I've been Matitude22. You have been amazing. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Top 20 done, another top 20 in the book. Thank you so much, and bye.